Hello, hello, hello. This is Lori Robertson, and welcome to the Lori Robertson Podcast. Today, we are going to be on day 2 of our property preservation series. So, if you have not already had a chance, go back to day 1, which was yesterday, and I probably will put the link in the bottom of the description. Just in case, so that you can go back and listen to the very first episode of the series entitled What is Property Preservation? And I also gave you 7 reasons why you should start your own property preservation business, especially women. Well, today we're going to talk about the different service lines in property preservation. Okay. Now, there are a couple of them. And once you start your property preservation journey, you have to decide which type of service line that you want to start off with. And you don't have to just stay with one. You can actually do all of them if you like, one, two. But you need to do it, in my opinion, in increments or whatever it is that you have. If you have any experience in property preservation or property management, such as being like a contractor, somebody that does repairs, cleaning, things like that, it'll help determine which service line best suits you. Okay, let's dive right into it. This one's going to be kind of short, but all of them will probably be short because I'm just giving you the basic overview of what the property preservation entails. And then if you want more information, I definitely will leave a link in the description so that we can do one-on-one consultations. If you're already in property preservation and you just have questions, I have a free PDF, again, telling you the 7 reasons why you should start your own property preservation business. I have an ebook, The Property Preservation for Beginners Guide, a path to a six-figure income. And then I have my property preservation masterclass, where I will go over everything from beginning to end, give you forms, contracting lists, vendor companies, etc. So if you're interested in any of those during the series, please by all means check them out in the description. Okay, so let's get started. The service lines in property preservation, the very first one that I started off with, because I wanted to go through each one of them and see which one I liked the best and which one fit my expertise, and to learn each aspect of it, so in turn I could share it and teach it with other people. So you don't have to go out online and look here and look there. It's all in one little condensed version. Okay. So the first line is inspections, right? And again, inspections is where I started my journey in property preservation, because frankly, I thought it was probably the easiest place to start. The goal of inspection is to find out whether or not the property, one, is still occupied or it has been vacated by the owner. The banks need to know this information in a timely manner to see what type of condition the property is in. So as an inspector, you may need to verify this, and it helps keep vandalism down, prevent safety hazards, any type of criminal activity occurring in the neighborhood. And that could impact the sale of the property, or any other properties in that area, right? So, depending on the vendor or the company that you sign up for, you're going to be responsible for either weekly or monthly inspections. And like I said, it's going to help find any damages that you need to report and to check on any current repairs that may need to be done to the property. These inspections can be interior or exterior, right? It just depends on if the property is vacant or occupied. There is also a type of inspection for insurance claims, and they both can include interior or exterior depending on the damage of the property, right? So that's why I started there. It was very simple, very easy. Depending on your company, they'll train you on what they need you to do. They'll send you out to the property. They'll send you a work order and explain to you exactly what you need or what they need from you to send back to them. And then once you send the information back to them, you get paid. And basically that's it. If there's any errors or anything they need you to go back and redo, they will let you know. So the first time you go out there, please make sure to pay attention so that you won't have to keep going back and forth. They only pay you one time. They don't pay you for each time that you go out there. And then you also have deadlines for it. So that's why I absolutely love inspections. It's a great way for a beginner to get their feet wet in the property preservation industry and to learn, what the properties look like, where they're located, what type of damages and repairs need to be done. And, it's just a great basic way to get started. Another service line is basically an REO, which simply, in real estate terms, means real estate owned. They're real estate owned properties, and they're owned by lending organizations, maybe due to the owners not being able to pay their mortgages. The loan is in default. They also may try to sell properties at a foreclosure auction, and these properties can be owned by entities such as a bank, a government agency, or a government loan insurer, right? But these particular properties in the service line that they have will require lock changes. So that's a particular thing in this particular REOs, that the service line could be lock changes, trash outs. You need to clean the property, take care of the lawn, and any other services that they may request from you to maintain this property. Okay. And they're fairly, if that's not something that you yourself can do, you can easily, maybe you can get a family member or somebody in your area that do these things, and then you can actually pay them a fee to do the work for you. Okay. So then we have P&P, which is basically property preservation. Now, I know property preservation, this is another service line in the industry, and it does describe the industry as a whole, right? So when you decide to work in this particular service line, they will normally refer it to as P&P. And their services include inspections, repairs, maintenance, insurance, and claim management. And so basically, you are securing these properties, you're cleaning the properties out, you're changing the locks, you're removing any debris. Um, Sometimes it could include home demolition. So it just depends what it is that they're requiring for you to do. So those are the main service lines that's in property preservation that you can learn more about. And these are the things that I go over in my masterclass. I do have an ebook that goes over everything, basically what I just talked about. And it tells you what property preservation is. It tells you all of the service line. It tells you about the contractors, what type of contractors there are. It tells you how to market your property preservation business. It tells you about estimates and repairs, everything that you need to know. It tells you how to get started. It gives you from point A to point B, everything that you need, starting from your bank accounts all the way down to maybe logos and things of that nature. It it goes over the supply list. So everything in my ebook is just a condensed version of what's in my class. So if you get the ebook, you can get the ebook and possibly try to do this all on your own. And that's why I offer consultations, so that if you have any questions, you can pay a nominal fee, and then you get all your questions in, and I will answer you. And then if you have any questions after that, you still have access to me through email. So I'm never going to leave you alone if you if this is something that you really want to do. And so once if you really want to get into this and you really want to dig deep into it and really learn, and pick my brain and have me share with you information on a more in-depth level, then highly suggest the masterclass if this is something that you're interested in. And again, property preservation is a little known niche that's in the real estate industry. And if you didn't get a chance to look at my podcast from yesterday, go back there where I explained to you exactly what property preservation is and why you should start your own property preservation business, right? So really, property preservation is something I think, if you've ever been interested in real estate and you don't want to sell, and you don't, have a license, and you don't really want to, get into the ins and outs of selling homes and things like that, then property preservation is definitely something that you should do. And because you're in real estate, and that way it'll open up more doors for you. So if and when, you want to have your own, become a realtor and have your own business, you'll have more of the lingo. Or if you want to be an investor, or if you want to do wholesaling, or if you want to learn how to become a builder, right? If you want to get your builder's license, all of these things, property preservation can be a step for you to get into that. Even property management, because that's where I started off in property management. So I have a knowledge of everything. It was easy for me to get in property preservation because everything that's in it, I know about it, and that's so crazy to me. Why it's like, why I never knew about property preservation, and why no one ever told me? Because I could have started this 25 years ago when I got into property management, and it's just amazing that my knowledge in property management helped me in property preservation, and it could be vice versa because you may want to start your own property management company. So if these skills can never be taken away from you, even if we go back into a recession. This particular industry is recession proof because as long as there are foreclosed homes, you will always have a job in property preservation, or you'll always have business in property preservation. I don't like to say jobs because this is a business. So I hope that this information was helpful to you. Tomorrow in our next series, we're going to be talking about contractors, the type of contractors that we have, and maybe I'll go into how you can hire contractors or whatever. I'll check it out and see exactly what's going to be the most beneficial and what can be in a bite-sized information to help you. So if you enjoyed this, please leave me a comment. Please engage with the poll that I have. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you will be up to date every time I upload a podcast. So until then, I will see you tomorrow on the next podcast episode. Until then, have an amazing day.